Okay, the next UI component is called a spinner. Yeah, what is actually a spinner? Why it is called a spinner? Yeah, does it mean that we can spin our application around? Yeah, it is not. Yeah, a spinner is actually a combo box. Yeah, as you can see here. Some may call it also a drop-down box. Yeah, spinner is a combo box or a drop-down box. Yeah. So this is what we call a spinner in Android application. Yeah. A spinner needs an adapter later to bridge the UI with the data. The data for the spinner may come from arrays or array list, yeah, or list. Yeah, there is any collections as we see fit, yeah, or a database query results. For today, we will create an array instead of using array list here. But if you want, you can use array list as well. Yeah, so usually there are some steps to actually set up a spinner. Yeah, we must create the adapter first. Yeah, there are so many adapters in Android, but the commonly used one is what we call an array adapter. Yeah, array adapter means that the data comes from array. Yeah, and then inside the array adapter, it has a getView function to actually create and render for each item on the spinner. Yeah, we will create something like this. Yeah, file adapter equals to the array adapter, and we have 3 arguments. The first one is the context. The second one is the layout used for the spinner. Yeah, whether we want to use the default implementation or default layout from Android, or we can also provide our own spinner layout. Yeah, and the third argument is the data source. Yeah, which in this case we will provide an array or an array list. And then we must also set the layout for each item. Yeah, when the spinner shows the list of items, we will call the set dropdown view resource from the adapter object. Then we provide the layout for the spinner item. And lastly, we will set the adapter to the spinner. Yeah, spinner something dot adapter equals to adapter. Yeah, we will do this later. So we have a default layout implementation from the Android. Yeah. This is the spinner before it is clicked. It uses the default Android layout, which resides in android.r.layout.simple underscore list underscore item underscore 1. Yeah, and when the user clicks the spinner, then it will expand. Yeah, it will show some box like this. Then it uses the default Android layout, which resides in android.r.layout.simple underscore spinner underscore dropdown underscore item. Yeah, first we will use this default layout first. So let's add a spinner to our application. Yeah, where is it? Okay, it is between studio and movie poster URL. Yeah, studio is showing on, yeah, it's the same. So between these two fields, we will add a new field, the movie genre, and we will use a spinner here. Let's do that. Okay, open your layout. Then, okay, here I will move this movie poster URL a little bit further down. Yeah, because I want to add another field, a text view over here and over here for the constraints. Yeah, I will give it 8 dp of margin at the top. Change the text to movie genre, and I will change the font family to Carla as usual. Whoops, sorry. Then add a spinner. Spinner is in containers, yeah. So you will find it as the first item in the containers group. just drag it here, and yes, it's quite lengthy in size, yeah, but let's just set it as it is. Okay, set the constraint top to here, then the left one to here. Yeah, if you have the vertical guideline, then just set it to the guideline. If you don't have the guideline, then you set it to the left screen, yeah, left side of the screen, then give it margin. Okay, for the right constraint, my circle for the right constraint does not show, so I will change this to wrap content first. Then I will connect it to the right vertical guideline, and for the width I will make it match constraint. Yeah, something like this. Let's give the ID spinner genre. Refactor as usual, and reconnect this constraint for the movie poster URL to the bottom of the spinner. To the bottom of the spinner. Okay, nice. And I will reset the margin to 8. Okay, nice. Yeah, but if you try this right now, then let's see what happens. Yeah, we have the spinner over here, the movie genre. When we click it, nothing happens. Yeah, that's because we have not provided any items for our spinner. Yeah, now we must provide some items to the spinner. Yeah, here in this second exercise, we will create some array of genre objects. Yeah, so the spinner can take an array of objects or array of anything. Yeah, array of strings, array of integers, array of floats maybe, and so on. Yeah, we will use an array of objects. Yeah, but first I will show you if you want to display strings only. Yeah, so for example, you don't have any specific data that will be stored in the array for the spinner. Yeah, it is actually simple if you only need to display a specific set of strings. Yeah, it's not in the slide actually. The slide will immediately use an array of genre objects. Yeah, but if you want to use an array of strings, I will demonstrate it to you. Yeah, if I want to display a specific list of genres, yeah, I can provide some strings here. Yeah, remember we have used to open the strings XML when providing the text for resolving these warnings. Yeah, remember for text it is actually not a good idea to be hard-coded. Yeah, we have opened this strings XML and add some string values. Yeah, but now for spinner, we will create a string array instead. Yeah, so for example, I have a string array called genres. Then I will provide an item, for example, like romance. And then, let's see, horror. And the third one, I think I will give only 3 genres, yeah. Action, and so on. Yeah, if you want, you can add more items. Yeah, but I will stop here. Now that I have provided a string array named genres, I can go back to my spinner. Yeah, and here, just find the entries attribute and select your string array like this. Yeah, and then at the layout, you can see that my first genre is displayed here. let's try to run this application and see if our spinner now contains some items. Okay, as you can see here, I have romance, and if I expand this spinner, then I have a selection of items here, yeah, horror or maybe action. Yeah, so this is the simplest way of providing the items for any spinner. Yeah, if you don't need to extract any data from the spinner, yeah, if you only have strings to display, then you can simply use string array. Yeah, but let's say for our purpose, yeah, we need to store the ID as well. Yeah, so we have ID and the name of the genre. Yeah, let's say that we want to store the genre ID to the database. Yeah, so we cannot really use this approach because we have additional data. Yeah, instead we will create a class first. Yeah, we will create the data class genre over here. Yeah, then we will create some objects and store it in array to be passed as data or adapter to our spinner. Yeah, first we will create the genre class. Okay, I will leave this, let's say, I will erase or delete my entries attribute here. Yeah, so now my spinner comes empty again. And I will leave this string array for now. Yeah, that's fine. But let's create the data class for the genre. Okay, and provide two properties, ID and name. File ID as integer, then var or file. Yeah, I will use var name as string. Okay, now we have created a genre data class. Yeah, we will create an array of genre objects. Yeah, and we will create it as a member of the global singleton. Yeah, we have created a global singleton from the last week. Yeah, I name it global data here. Yeah, and let's create some data over here. Yeah, some genres, and we will store it in an array. Yeah, you can type it by yourself, or if you want, yeah, I have created a pass bin for you. Yeah, for your convenience, you can simply paste this code. Yeah, the link will be in the description below. Yeah, so we provide a file here, genre, which is an array of 11 genres. Yeah, as you can see here, I have action, anime, comedy, crime, drama, history, horror, kids, romance, sci-fi, and fantasy, thriller. And you can add more or do less. Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, but we have 11 genres here, and then we will create the adapter for our spinner. Yeah. Okay, now go back to the main activity. Yeah, and anywhere inside the onCreate function. Okay, I will collapse this. Let's see. I will provide it here. Create adapter for the spinner. Yeah, let's create a file or var. It's up to you. Adapter equal to array adapter. Yeah, as you can see, when I type array adapter, yeah, we can actually provide the type of this array adapter. Yeah, so if you want, you can provide the type here, which is a genre. Then follow with the arguments. The first one is context, provide this. The second one is the layout for our spinner, Android, Droid, R layout, simple spinner or spinner list, simple list item one, sorry. Yeah, this one. And last, provide the array global data dot genre. Yeah, but as you can see here, my Android Studio actually grays out the genre, so you can actually remove this. Yeah, just provide array, just use the array adapter without providing the type. Yeah, the Kotlin or Android Studio will automatically determine the type from the collection of this data. Yeah, as you can see here, genre consists of genre objects here. Yeah, so the Android Studio will create a correct type for the array adapter. Yeah, so you don't really need to specify the type for an array adapter. Yeah, and then for this adapter, we must set drop-down view resource by using the default one, Android R layout simple spinner drop-down item, and then finally set this adapter to the spinner. Spinner genre dot adapter equals to adapter. Yeah, that's it. So if you have a collection of data, yeah, to be provided as the items on the spinner, you must create an array adapter. Yeah, set the drop-down view resource and finally set the adapter to your spinner. Yeah, and you will get something like this. It's actually a little bit weird, right? We have genre then in parentheses id equals to 1, then name equals to action. Yeah, why we get something like this? Yeah, obviously we don't want for the user to have this with format. Yeah, we want to just display the name of our genre objects. Yeah, so why this happens? Yeah, actually, because our array is a collection of objects, yeah, the array adapter will automatically invoke the toString function from each object. Yeah, this is the default implementation of toString. Yeah, so the toString will actually returns the class name, and within the parentheses is the list of the fields, yeah, or the properties from our class. Yeah, that's why we have a weird format like this: genre id equals to 1, name equals to action. Now our genre class does not have a toString function. Yeah, as you recall, in our data class, the genre data class, we don't have it. Yeah, we don't have the toString function. So why we are still greeted with this result then? Yeah, actually our class still has a toString function. Yeah, every class has this function, and we can override it as we want. Yes, so we will override this function. Yeah, go back to the generate.kt. Yeah, over here and add the curly braces. Now let's override toString. Yeah, you don't really need to type override. Yeah, you can just type toString. Yeah, and in fact, I only type 2 here, but the Android Studio is smart. Yeah, it guesses I want to override the toString. Yeah, then just like this, enter. Then change the return. Yeah, super.toString is a call to the parent's toString function. Yeah, remember in Java, yeah, everything is a subclass of an object class. Yeah, so This is the default implementation from Java. You can find out in this documentation from Oracle. Yeah. Okay, so that's why we have a super.toString here. Yeah, super.toString will call the default implementation of toString, something like this. Yeah, we don't want this, so you can simply change this into return name. Yeah, or if you want to tidy this a little bit, then you can use a single line expression. Yeah, if you remember, Kotlin has this kind of format, yeah, for the single function expression, a single expression function. Sorry. Okay, just rerun your application. Okay, and you can see immediately here I have my action genre displays. Yeah, it no longer shows genre ID equals to 1, name equals to action, but now, yeah, it is correctly showing the name of the genre. Yeah, no longer showing the genre class name and the ID as well. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, now, yeah, we have completed our spinner. Yeah, but maybe some will notice that the font is incorrect. Yeah, if you remember, we use Carla for our application. We use Carla, but our spinner does not use Carla. Yeah, our spinner uses a default font from Android, which is a Roboto. Now, how to change the font in a spinner? Yeah, maybe some of you calls out, why don't we change the font family? Font, oh dear, yeah, we don't have the font family attribute for our spinner. So how to actually change the font for the spinner? Yeah, we will need to change the default implementation or the default layout. Yeah, we must create a new layout and use to our adapter. Yeah, here I have provided the XMLs for the default Android layouts. We will need these two XMLs later for creating our own implementation for the spinner, yeah, which will use a Carla font. Yeah, I will provide the links in the description below. Yeah. Okay, let's create the custom spinner layout first. Okay, let's create a new layout. Yeah, here on the rest folder, yeah, search for a layout folder, then right click, select new, then select layout resource file. Yeah, in here, let's name it my spinner underscore layout. My spinner underscore layout. Leave everything as it is. Then click OK. Yeah, now we must provide the correct implementation. So open the first link, yeah, for the simple list item 1. Yeah, please open the first link provided in the description. Then copy everything. Copy, Control C. Then for this my spinner underscore layout, change to code mode. Yeah, change, click here. Then delete everything. Replace with what we get from the default implementation. Yeah, remember, you must use the first link. Yeah, the one with simple list item 1. Then we will do some adjustment here. Yeah, we must add this. Okay, I cannot copy. Let's just edit manually. Yeah, over here. We will add font family first. Font family equals to Carla. And then we provide a padding top 10 dp, padding top 10 dp, and bottom 5 dp, padding bottom 5 dp. Text color is black. Text color is okay. We have color black here, but let's follow this one. Yeah. Add Android color black. Yeah, this is to make sure that we use the default implementation for the color black. And then the text size is 18 sp. Okay, text size is 18 sp. Okay, so we have edited the default implementation for the simple list item 1 by adding 5 more attributes. Yeah, the font family, we change it to Carla. We have padding top 10 dp and the bottom 5 dp. The text color is the default implementation for the color black. And then the text size is 18 sp. We will do this once again, but now for the spinner item layout, yeah, or the simple spinner dropdown item. Okay, let's redo this. Yeah, right click here, select new, select layout resource file, change the name to my spinner item layout. Oops, sorry, underscore. Yeah, item layout. Click OK. Go to the code mode, and then open the second link. Yeah, the one that ends with simple spinner dropdown item. Again, copy everything and replace this code with the one you copied. Okay, now we will do some adjustment again. Yeah, and okay, let's see here. Font family, Carla, padding top 10 dp, bottom 5 dp, text color. It is actually the same with my spinner layout, so you can safely copy them. Yeah, copy these 5 attributes and add it to here. And then make sure that the Android layout height is the question mark attribute attr / dropdown list preferred item height. Okay, let's see. Android layout height equals to uh, Android attribute. That's fine, yeah. That's fine. Attribute dropdown list preferred item height. Yeah, I guess it's fine then. Now, the final part, we will change the default layout for the array adapter to our own layout. Go back to the main activity. Yeah, search for this part. Yeah, create the adapter for the spinner. Then for the array adapter, we will change the layout to R layout, my spinner layout. For the set dropdown view resource, we will change this to R layout, my spinner item layout. And that's all. Okay, we have some error here. I have some error. Yeah? Error blah blah blah. Resource Android attribute is private. Okay, that's why the slide instructs you to change to ATTR instead of Android ATTR. Yeah. Okay, hopefully now I don't get an error. Okay, nice. Yeah, we have Our dropdown now uses Carla. Yeah, if you don't see any difference between Carla and let's say Roboto, yeah, let's try to change another font. Yeah, I will add another font that is very different with Carla or Roboto. Let's see, font family. I will add a fancy one. Let's see. Okay, maybe this one, yeah, Acronica. As you can see here, the font style is very different between compared to Carla and Roboto. So I will use Acronica instead. So in my spinner layout, I will change to Acronica. And in the item layout, I will change from Carla to Acronica as well. And I will test my application. Yeah, whether or not the font changes to the Acronica instead of Carla. Okay, as you can see here, the font is changed to Acronica. Yeah, so that is how you actually change the font for the spinner. Yeah, we will need to create a new implementation or our own layout for the spinner and the drop-down spinner item. Okay, that's how you do it. I will change back to Carla then. And that's all, yeah. So we have already provided two custom layouts, yeah, my spinner layout and my spinner item layout. On the next video, we will learn about card. Yeah, what is actually a card? Yeah, we will create a card in our application. Yeah, let's see in the next video.